Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are you all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. Welcome back to another Liverpool news episode for you guys this evening. Yes, I apologise, I am late. Again, I did put in the comments that we was going to be at 9:30 tonight because for some reason, uh, as you can see me right now on the screen, that was working. When I looked at my laptop, I wasn't there. So again, I've been trying to fix that out over the last 15-20 minutes, and yeah, it's been horrific to try and fix it. Now it's fixed, thank the Lord. Anyway, but hopefully all of you guys are having a fantastic day. Anyway, of course it isn't gonna be the longest news episode tonight, because to be fair, there hasn't been much news apart from Newcastle absolutely battering Brighton just now. So thank you, Alexis, for that. But no, look, again, I don't think it was realistically Liverpool. I don't realistically. I feel like Liverpool, we wasn't chasing Newcastle down. I think it's always been Manchester United that we've been after. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Anyway, but we are going to talk, of course, about Jurgen Klopp's obviously touchline ban. Of course, I did bring out the shorts earlier on if you guys didn't see. But yeah, we are going to talk very much about Jurgen Klopp's touchline ban. We're also going to discuss as well new contracts as well. Of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold is the main talking point in terms of new deals for next season. Alongside, of course, Adrian. I know plenty of people will be happy with that decision, but again, we're going to be speaking on that as well. And a few other players as well that look like they could be getting new deals next summer as well. And of course, it's been confirmed as well that Liverpool will wear their new home kit for next season against Aston Villa on Saturday as well. That has been confirmed by at Liverpool themselves as well. So again, obviously that will be nice to see the new beautiful home kit as well. I did have a photo of Darwin looking very, very like Miami boss feels to this, if I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but obviously, look, I think the kit looks stunning for next season, and hopefully Liverpool will win a lot of trophies in it next season. Anyway, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. Let me know all of you are as well. If anyone's new, then please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. Yeah, of course, that was me telling you guys that we was going to be late because again, yeah, like I could see myself on camera as I can right now, but when I looked at my laptop, there was nothing. It was just black. So again, hopefully, um, hopefully things are going a-okay anyway. But Jordan saying it's a done deal for Alexis McAllister brother as well. I have seen certain reporters come out today and say again. I think it's done, or more or less done, but the people that reported it, they're not very reliable. I'm not going to lie. I wish they were, of course, but again, only time will tell anyway. But Johnson as well. Hello, John. Luke or Ricky, hello. Hopefully you're on a fantastic day as well. Again, I don't know which one it is. I'm guessing it's Ricky, just by the eyes emoji, but I'm probably wrong. Evening Connor as well says Brian as well. But we will get into it then, guys. And of course, we are going to talk about Jurgen Klopp's touchline ban. Of course, today he did finally get sentenced by the FA. It does sound bad when I say it like that. But yeah, Jurgen did get punished today by the FA. Of course, it came out saying Jurgen Klopp suspended from the touchline for 2 games, or 2 matches, and fined £75,000 following comments he made after the game against Tottenham. First match of touchline ban is effective immediately, and the second is suspended until the end of the 23-24 season. So, of course, he will miss the Aston Villa game at Anfield on Saturday, but then, of course, he will be back then in the dugout for Southampton on the last game of the season. But of course, Jurgen does have that around his head now for the rest of next season as well. Which, look, I think punishment-wise, of course, I think we were all, I think, kind of forgot about it a little bit. But of course, it was always that, like, it was always at the back of our heads type thing, realistically. But again, look, is it a proper and correct decision for the punishment? Again, probably because of Jurgen's red card earlier on in the season, with of course the red card against Manchester City as well. So again, look, though, I do think that of course, I'll bring up a couple of more slides as well. And I think Liverpool, Liverpool, of course, did approach the FA about certain players as well, the safety, I think as well. I'll get out, but of course, look, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? But again, obviously, with Jurgen not being there in the touchline on Saturday, of course, will that pave a way for anything in particular? No, I don't think so. Look, all the preparation will be done and dusted in time for Villa. But again, obviously, Jurgen will be allowed to be on the pitch at the end of the game. That's been confirmed already. But of course, look, with all the emotions on Saturday, there will be with, of course, the likes of James Milner, Roberto Firmino, obviously going to be leaving the club at the end of the season. Obviously, Naby and Ox as well. So again, obviously, emotions will be high on Saturday. Where's the onions? I think will be the best quote for Saturday, at least anyway. But yeah, look, I think people yesterday was going a bit mental with terms of Ivan Toney's punishment. Again, if it was anything, as dramatic as what the reports were saying, like I think some reports were even saying that Jurgen Klopp should get banned for 5 games the next season and so on. Again, I think that's just stupid, personally. Anyway, but yeah, just if anyone is or just tuning in as well, of course, again, it says there Jurgen Klopp suspended from Touchline for 2 matches and fined £75,000. Of course, he's banned for the Villa game, but then of course will be back for Southampton. But of course, he would be suspended at any time of next season, of course, if he is charged with something similar as well anyway. But in line with this as well, of course, Liverpool have wrote a letter to the FA explaining its belief that Salah had not been treated fairly by a number of refereeing decisions during this season, whilst making clear that it made no accusations against Mr. Tierney, of course, obviously, Paul Tierney, but Liverpool pointing to the fact that he had been involved in what is considered to have been a number of questionable decisions involving the club as well. Of course, that again refers back to, of course, the argument that Jurgen Klopp made as well against Spurs, and of course, obviously, the red card situation against Manchester City as well. And of course, there's been other situations around as well that hasn't been highlighted as big as those 2 incidences. But look, again, I think it's quite clear that I know referees have been told to let the game play on, but personally, I think that there's a limit towards that. Like, again, you look at the foul on Bernardo Silva with Mo Salah, that's by far a foul. You look at the Spurs Ben Davies one as well, it's a foul on Mo. Considering the fact, and then was it, I think 30 seconds later on, Spurs go on to score. It's ridiculous when you think about it like that. But again, I've said, and I know people have kind of like defended referees since Howard Webb's gone on to Sky Sports to talk about VAR, talk about refereeing as well. I think, again, personally, and again, this is just my thoughts and my opinions, I think the Premier League has the worst officiating in Europe. It's not. Again, we have the best league, but the worst referees, and that's a known fact, I believe. It's not. And I think there's many people that have that same sort of belief that the Premier League has the worst officiating. I could be wrong with that, if I'm being perfectly honest, but of course, we talk about the French league being a farmers league in terms of the players. I think the French league refereeing is a lot better. The Bundesliga one is a lot better than the Premier League as well. So that's just my thoughts and my opinions. But again, I think once this generation of referees are out, probably the better, I would say personally. And of course, that isn't targeting any one particular referee. But again, I do think the officiating in the Premier League is a lot worse than what it was probably back 20 years ago, probably in that way as well. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well down below. But yeah, obviously Jurgen won't be on the touchline at least for the Villa game anyway, unless he goes on a mad one up in the stands anyway. But evening corner as well, says Brian Awenson as well, saying the FA couldn't give a toss. What Liverpool say they are a law outside themselves as well. Yeah, but again, we knew it. I said it to you guys, and you can go back and watch all the videos. They will do all they can to ban Jurgen Klopp for the rest of the season, and they haven't done that. But again, why is it taken? He got charged. What did he get charged 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago? Um, or something like that. Like again, like you look at the Ivan Toney situation. Like again, I know it's massively different, and don't get me wrong, it is, but the time difference between the FA charging somebody, or a player or team, and then to the actual outcome, it's way too long. It's very much way too long in that instance as well. But again, just let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. Talia Bean as well says Gary. Brian says, I wouldn't know, to be honest. Don't watch other leagues much as well. Yeah, I don't watch, again, I don't watch, week in, week out, I would say. I watch a fair amount. Like, again, I think I watch more Portuguese league than um, I do Bundesliga or French league, which is mad. But yeah, like again, I don't watch it like obviously like the Premier League. I watch everything with Premier League. But in terms of like leagues, I think it's like I think I watch La Liga the least amount. I think out of everything, like for me anyway, I think La Liga is so boring, personally anyway. But that's just my thoughts anyway. Why not give the women's refs a go? They would do better, probably, as well. Absolutely, they would get more respect from players too, probably. Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. Again, it's a two-way street, and it is 100%. But again, I just think the officiating, like again, and it's just my opinions. Again, I think that the Premier League can do better, and hopefully they can in the future as well. Anyway, but we will move on, of course, and we'll talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold now as well. Of course, obviously last night there was news about Trent having a new contract, or we're going to be giving a new contract at the club anyway. Of course, this article piece is taken from this is Anfield as well, but it does say Liverpool contract talks expected for Trent Alexander-Arnold and 5 others as well. Of course, it does go on to say Liverpool are expected to begin contract talks with a number of players, including Trent Alexander-Arnold. This summer is set to bring a revamp of Jurgen Klopp's squad, with 4 senior players now confirmed to be leaving on expired deals as well. Now, it does go on to talk about a number of players. Again, it goes on to speak about Joel Matip. It goes on to speak about I think even Thiago as well was even mentioned in terms of potential new deals as well. I don't see that happening personally now. But one player as well that also got mentioned was Ibu Konate, which again I think is right that he gets an upgraded contract. I'm going to quickly get up as well the actual contract list for you guys as well, if I can get that up. But at the minute, it does look like Trent and Ibu are the ones for next season that will be given a contract extension, of course. In terms of first team players, anyway. But this is the current list at the moment, anyway. So if I can quickly, I'll zoom this in for you guys, so it's a lot better. Has that worked? There we go. Actually, let me make that a bit bigger. Let me make it one more bigger. There we go. So as you can see right now, of course, obviously top earner Mohamed Salah, of course, that's not going to get touched at all anyway. But you look at, of course, Trent at the minute, he's on 180k per week at the moment as well. Of course, his contract does expire in June 2025 as well. But yeah, at the moment, you look at him, I think even if we quickly scroll all the way down as well. But there, Ibu Konate, 70k a week for Ibu Konate, which of course I think quite clearly he deserves to get rewarded, because again, I think he's been by far Liverpool's best centre half this season, in particular. But again, you look in terms of wages, in terms of players leaving, Naby going, Ox going, you're saving just for there, £240,000 per week, just on those two players alone. Again, if you quickly scroll back up, again you've got. Thiago's on 200k a week. Fabinho's on 180 now. Bobby, of course, sadly, is going to be leaving Liverpool, but that's £180,000 per week freed up for the Reds as well. So again, freeing up this area in terms of course, you'll have if Jordan Henderson. I expect if Hendo was to potentially stay beyond that, become that new James Milner role in the team, fully expecting to take a pay cut as well, away from like 100, what was it, 160k a week, was it 140k a week? So again, I fully expect Trent, Ibu as well to get improved deals as well. But yeah, in terms of Thiago and Joel Matip, again, I don't expect them to get new deals as well. Let me double check if there is anyone else that was spoken about as well. Oh, and Kostas Tsimikas as well. Sorry, Kostas Tsimikas was also um, set to be getting new contracts as well. I knew I forgot somebody in that list as well. But yeah, Kostas Tsimikas. So we've got Trent, Ibu Kanate, and Kostas Tsimikas all potentially getting new deals as well. I say that as well. I've also missed out a name. Of course, Adrian as well is potentially getting a new deal for the Reds as well. It has been reported by, of course, the reliable David Lynch as well, saying that Liverpool have opened new contract talks with goalkeeper Adrian as well. And of course, I know that I think a couple of people mentioned earlier on the fact that, again, Liverpool, it probably would be smart to offer him a new 1 year deal, or even potentially a 2 year deal for being the third choice goalkeeper. I think Adrian knows now where his place is in the squad, and I think at the moment, apart from Kelleher, at the moment, I think you know it'd make a lot more sense to give him a year deal, or maybe a 2 year deal, or a 1 year with an added option for it if he wanted it. But in terms of Kelleher, for example, that's now up in the air because, again, Brentford were reportedly very, very interested in him. Of course, that deal's not happening now because they've gone for a goalkeeper in the Bundesliga after hearing, I think, the evaluation for Kelleher, which they got told between 15 and 20 mil, which again, that's, I think, a realistic price. I think even still Liverpool could get a bit more for Kelleher as well in the summer, but supposedly they were massively turned off. That fee for Kelleher as well, so they went away. But again, I think there will be teams in for him. I think, look, Tottenham need a goalkeeper for the summer. Chelsea as well need a goalkeeper. If we wanted to, go, there's a goalkeeper for you. Anyway, I think that's there, to be fair. I think as well, Brighton as well. Judging from tonight, they need a new goalkeeper for sure as well. I don't know what's happened with Roberto Sanchez at Brighton. To be fair, but again, I think probably at best it's probably best to keep Adrian for 1 more year and then see for next year. To be fair, because again, we need to save money for the likes of McAllister and Mason Mount potentially as well. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well on the new deals. Of course, just mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kostas Tsimikas, and Ibu Kanate look like they're going to be getting new deals in the summer anyway. But Brighton got battered, Connor. They did get battered. I don't get this. Again, De Zerbi's done a very, very good job, and don't get me wrong, he's done an amazing job at Newcastle. The thing I don't get personally is this new thing with Caicedo playing right back. For me, I don't get it. If I'm being perfectly honest, but I get it worked against Arsenal. So sure. To be fair, the Dow says top four is gone. I wouldn't say it's gone yet. I think after Saturday, if United beat Bournemouth away from home, it's done. Then I think, yeah, I think it will be Europa League football then for Liverpool next season. Again, I'm down. I'm not. I'm not as downbeat as what I thought I would be about that fact. Again, I don't like the fact that Liverpool aren't going to be playing Champions League football next year if those things do happen. But I'm more positive on Liverpool. I'm more positive about the way Liverpool are going with things. If this was back 2 months ago, again, you guys would have seen the match reactions. You guys would have seen a few things on the channel that was like ripping my hair out. But again, that's just the way it goes. And look, realistically, we should have done what we've done a lot sooner in the season, and we didn't do it. So again, it is our own fault. But look, I still think United, they need three. What I'm just looking at it now, Sky Sports got it up. United, they need 2 wins from 3, and we need to win the rest of our games. Again, can it be done? Will United bottle it? I'm not sure. But again, all I could do is hope. But after Saturday, if we win our game and United, if they win theirs, I think it'll be done. But being perfectly honest, but 120k for Gakpo, that's bigger money than I thought he was on. Let me quickly check the list. Yeah, 120k per week. To be fair though, like again, this is again, you don't know what bonuses are in that as well, and this of course is just on a contract salary website as well. It is pretty good to be fair. I think you can look at every club and every single season. I think in terms of salary wise as well, Bryce. So yeah, but again, I think that's pretty fair considering the fact he did leave. Yeah, he's probably on. Well, I don't know what he would have been on at PSV. If I'm being perfectly honest, he got dropped and refused to travel to game last week. So I'm just right there we go. Again, to be fair though, I think look, he's another goalkeeper. I think will be going. I think Sanchez and Raya. I think them two will go to either United or Chelsea. I think in the summer, if I'm being honest. But everyone says Adrian on 60k a week, never going to be good enough. Stealing a living, yeah, he is. Yeah, again, I think obviously if there is a new deal for Adrian, look, I think of course it will be on reduced terms, 100%. Look, don't get me wrong. Just looking now, apparently Luis Diaz is on 55k a week. If that's true, that's ridiculous. If that is true, I don't even. If that isn't true, then that's a madness. To be fair, that he should be getting a new deal, 100%. Play the kids in Europa as much as possible. I don't think we will say. I think Jurgen will want to win it. Like obviously, I think obviously, of course, he'll want to win it. Don't get me wrong, but I think he'll want to play. First, like if it was a Champions League, that's what I think. Because again, if you win your group, you skip around, so you don't play. So it would technically be like Champions League, if that makes sense for Liverpool. It's only if we were to win it, win the group, of course. But yeah, I think look, you depending on our group, like next season, it it will determine. I think what like if Liverpool have a tough group, then I think look, Jurgen will play a strong team like he would in the Champions League game. But if it is, a mixture in terms of that, because again, I'm guessing Liverpool will be in pot 2 for that as well. So, who knows? But Paul Robbo is still only on 100k as well. I think it might be wrong to be fair in that way, but 30k max at a club like PSV as well. The club deserves Europa League football. As per our standards, we have been very poor this season. Absolutely agree, Zane. Look, it was always going to be a miracle, wasn't it, if we got Champions League football? And realistically, that is the case. If Liverpool were to ever get Champions League football this season, it was always going to be classed as a miracle because, again, we didn't deserve it. But like I said, I think the thing now with Jurgen Klopp confirming this is the new way now for Liverpool. This is what we are planning to do from now on. This style of play or this new hybrid style. Then again, I think look, things are looking a bit more brighter than what they were in terms of that. But again, obviously, that massively depends on the summer transfer window as well. I think, in my opinion, because yeah, it's all right looking at what you know what a few things will do or what a few things will happen, but Liverpool have to get the summer transfer right. They can't be they can't be lacking in that. To be fair, and if they were to lack in certain things or to hesitate or to wait on certain things, then again Liverpool will be in the same boat that we currently have been in that aspect as well. So again, look, I think next season get your crap together and then we go again. That's the thing. Anyway, but as I said, I can stomach one season of Europe, but not all doom and gloom. Yeah, exactly. And look, Liverpool might win it. It's the only trophy Liverpool have won in the Jurgen Klopp. So just saying. Anyway, of course, I'm trying to look at it in a very optimistic way. To be fair, just like it's going to be now, like next season, just like turn around and scream into a pillow. As well. Obviously, I have flashbacks of Atletico Madrid. Um, Obviously, it's either Sevilla back in 2016 or 2015, whenever it was, and then it's flashbacks to Atletico Madrid in like 2011, when I think was it Fernando Torres got a goal choked off and it should have been given as a goal, and we didn't go through then. But yeah, no, it wasn't Atletico Madrid. It was Benfica, I think, right? Was it Benfica or Atletico Madrid that we lost to? Somebody will know in the chat. But I think it's Mohammed, I think as well. Newcastle deserve Champions League football next season. Yeah, they do. I absolutely agree, 100%. I look at like I don't think many people thought at the start of the season. Like I think I had them Europa League finishing, um, because there was just something there, considering the fact that I think the second half of last season they were, I think on the form sheet, I think they were like fourth or something on terms of the form sheet. But again, I didn't expect them to get this good so quick. Of course, they've took a massive step ahead of their progress. And yeah, they'll obviously, if they do get Champions League, which of course now looks very very likely, again they will attract the best players, and that's the unfortunate part about it. They've got unlimited money, unlimited resources, and now they've got Champions League as well on top of that. So yeah, but again, they do massively deserve Champions League the way they've played this season. Okay, evening everyone as well. He says, well, thank you for popping in as well, mate, as well. If it's a handy group, we should be able to mix it up, and even tough group in Europa should be very winnable. Yeah, no, exactly. And I think, look, it'll be an interesting period, and I think it'll be a very I think it'll be one of those where you can start the likes of Bicetic in the six, or you can maybe rest Virgil. Maybe the second choice goalkeeper might get the whole competition, the whole group stages, maybe um, instead of Ali. But I think you look at it, and potentially Liverpool are one of the favourites for the competition next season. Like again, we're always talked about to be one of the favourites in the Champions League. I think yeah, by far Liverpool are going to be one of the favourites to win the Europa League next season, 100%. And again, maybe Jurgen might go for it. He might go, okay, we're going to win a European trophy. Again, guarantees you Champions League football. And then I think then is it the next season after? It's this new format now for the Champions League as well. Again, I don't like the new format. I'm like, why? If it's not, nothing's wrong with it, don't fix it. But yeah, UEFA basically trying to reward everyone by trying to make things worse. I think anyway. I think that's how it's going to go. To be fair, but what we have saying Man United signed Varane and Casemiro in Europa. Yeah, no, they did. Again, Liverpool will sign players in Europa League. I have no doubt about that. As well, look, like Jurgen said last week, Liverpool's name is enough, and Jurgen Klopp's name is enough for certain players. If you're one of these players that is desired just by Champions League, then again that's not a player you want at your club. To be fair, but Tafsa says, I want to see how much money we spend or the players we buy without Champions League football next season. Again, I still think the hope is McAllister, Mount, and Gravenberch. I think that's the main ones that we're after. the second part of your comment is an understatement, but I agree with the first part wholeheartedly. Even though we got a slim chance of getting a top four place, well, like I said, I think we need United. We need them to lose or draw in the next three. Well, we need them to lose against Bournemouth to begin with, and then draw one of the two last games. But again, Liverpool have to do our job. We have to win both games. We don't do it, then you know, Europa League finals in Dublin next year. Let's go for it. Absolutely. That would be mental. And already just think about it as well. But was it what Jurgen said last year? Book the tickets already. I don't about going backwards. I'm on the fence a little bit with Mount, if I'm being honest. Again, the price is right, then sure thing. That's the thing I'm going to say. Anyway, in terms of the Mount deal, to be fair, anyway. But of course, if anyone's just tuning in as well, and I missed it at the start of the show, of course, it has been confirmed that Liverpool will be playing in their new home kit on Saturday as well. Of course, hopefully we'll get to see Bobby Firmino in this kit as well, which of course is going to bring it to everyone's eyes as well. But yeah, Liverpool will be in the brand new home kit on Saturday. Anyway, of course, we haven't normally played in next season's home kit at the back end of the last couple of seasons because again we've been competing for Premier League, and I think due to rules you can't play in another kit if you're competing for a Premier League or something like that. Anyway, so again, obviously Liverpool will be in next season's home kit on Saturday. Anyway, and again, Darwin looks amazing in it. I'm not gonna lie, but again, all of them does, of course. With Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, and Mohamed Salah as well. Loving life for their mowers, to be fair as well. Anyway, but we are going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Anyway, a big thank you to all of you guys for tuning in as well. If you have liked the stream as well, very much appreciated as always. I'm just going to quickly check the likes. There is 13 likes on, so we can get to 15 or 20. Again, that'd be very much appreciated because again, I know plenty of people watched the show afterwards. Of course, I think yesterday we ended the stream, and then I know a couple of people messaged me saying I got check the stream out afterwards again. So again, obviously it's always nice to know people check out the stream afterwards as well. So again, if anyone is watching after the stream, then please leave a comment as well. And as always, guys, tomorrow, what day is it tomorrow? Tomorrow are we on Friday tomorrow? Is it Friday? Yeah, it is Friday tomorrow. So tomorrow will be, of course, match preview for the Villa game on Saturday. Of course, check out the shorts as well for Jurgen Klopp press conference. I believe that's maybe at 1:30 tomorrow as well. Of course, Jurgen most likely will be asked by everyone about the suspension as well. But again, obviously there'll be a bit more onto it as well anyway. But of course, let's read out a few more comments before we do head off. Eamon says, it was saying cheer. Obviously, Eamon, you've been apologies. I says cheers, God, as well. You never walk alone as well. Yeah, absolutely, guys, as well. But yeah, hopefully we will see you all tomorrow for, of course, our match preview for the Villa game. And yeah, if there is any other breaking news or any news that does break, of course, bring it to you guys straight away. Anyway, but until next time, guys, that's going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the share button, guys, and of course, hit that subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell because YouTube don't like to send out notifications. It's been like that for like 6 years. It's never changed, to be fair, anyway. But until next time, guys, like I said, that's it from me. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.